I have two guests with me. It's Isabella Aurich from our partner organization, the Swiss Sustainability Council, SGNI. She's Deputy CEO, but also working at the university. And I have Martin Haas with me from haascookzemmrich, renowned architect here from Stuttgart and one of the founders and initiators of DGNB and part of our board of directors. I'll talk to you in a minute. I would like to briefly introduce you or the audience to our new award, Social Positive Award. I just need, this one here. I don't want to bore you with too many slides, so 5 minutes. Our Social Positive Award is sort of just released. We are sort of in a pre-phase of communication, but so you are all one of the first to check what we have developed over the last 2 years. So the why to evaluate social as a separate topic is, of course, we, in the built environment, I mean, we spend most of our life in the built environment. We live, learn, work in it. We spend so much time. DGNB social aspects are heart of DGNB evaluations since our beginning. But we have seen that there's a special contribution maybe needed and maybe special attention needed on the social aspects, and therefore we have teamed up with partners, development partners, organizations that we haven't worked with before to create the new DGNB Social Positive Award. And the award aims at to go beyond the pure function and make a positive contribution to the environment. The award also achieves or should serve as an inspiration so people can learn from it, and that we really want to illustrate that the social dimension of sustainability is a core element of sustainable construction. And the idea is that it's maybe like the DGNB Diamond. You can register informally. There will be a pre-check based on some documents and photos that you send to us. Then there's the on-site evaluation with a commission of independent experts who finally evaluate what has been developed, and then if everything runs well, the project could be a building, could be a district, receives the Social Positive Award. What is in, you can download sort of the document that illustrates a bit deeper from our new website, but there is like a I would say, precise description of 8 criteria. I don't want to read them through. You can check it by yourself. But it's it's a focus on what's happening inside. It's also looking at what is the surrounding and how is it linked to the neighborhood. And we do have questions that can be answered with yes, no, and therefore the Commission can make a clear and clear judgment. So more information on our website. You can either search on our DGNB website or use the QR code here. And of course, a thank you to our development partners who you can find as well on our website. So that's the short introduction. And now I would like to talk with my 2 guests, or our 2 guests here. Maybe Isabella, to start with you. You have been part of our sort of development team. I remember workshopping with you last year, and I think it was also the year before then when we started creating the ideas. So maybe, why did you participate? So what was your intention to say, I want to be part of this development here?
Yes, thank you very much, Anna, for the introduction and invitation to this session. I think it begins with a little story. with one of the first building which had a real high level label quality get, but we get a mail, a direct feedback from a very dissatisfied user. And nevertheless, the user was very unhappy and he did not understand why this is a sustainable building, because he didn't feel so good supported his by this environment. And um, so this shows us that it is very important that we assess projects not only in this planning stage and how it is built, but also in that we look also this the real operation in the building and the social quality. It becomes only then visible when people lives there and the place is used by people and when the places works in the everyday life. We are very good to assess ecological and economic aspects. We know how to measure it quite well, but if whether the place creates really well-being and identity and enables interactions, that is not so simply to calculate by measures. And this is actually why exactly what we wanted to make more strong, this dimension, this social dimension, and not with a label. I think this is really technical, but with an award, and it allows also another possibility for communication.
Position from Switzerland. You are from Switzerland. You live in Switzerland. So, what do you expect from the new award? And is the social aspect or social part of sustainability, is it an issue that is in discussion in Switzerland, or is it how is the situation maybe?
This is a good question. I would expect that the award makes really more visible these well-functioning concepts, and especially those that create really value for users. In the sustainability discussions, we often focus on energy, carbon, and costs. That is important, it's clear. But in the end, the built environment is used by people, how you already said before. And the award can help to bring this social quality more in the center and highlight also strong examples. Yeah, and here in Switzerland, it's clear this is an important dimension, or the social quality, I would say, is traditionally very important. This is maybe also linked to the prosperity, which allows room for investments in this quality here in different levels, and but it's also the country structure. We are small, we are federally organized, and we have a close network. The people knows each other. And so social interaction, I think both in residential areas and in professional life, it matters a lot. So the social sustainability is not a side topic. It is, I would say, it's part of our overall mindset.
And allow me, I mean, we had the session earlier with our system partners. How was the development for you? I mean, we started, with brainstorming and had a Miro board, put all our ideas in it. Do you feel well reflected what you sort of could bring into, when we developed the criteria?
Yeah, this was really a very interesting and international collaboration for us. And we had a wide range of experts involved, from practice, from universities, even from psychology. And this diversity really enriched the discussion. And I want to say also a great thank to all who gave his expertise and engagements to work out these criteria for the award. It was fascinating to see how diverse the topic of social quality is, and how different also in the different countries it is prioritized more or less. And Yeah, after intense workshops, we reached a solid consensus, I would say, that provides a strong foundation for the future.
Yeah,
I hope.
maybe we can finalize then later on if how you proceed with it in Switzerland. But now I would like to get Martin here into the discussion. Martin, you look super happy because you have been visiting the first site who applied for the award last week. What was your impression? Let us share your insights. Were there any surprises, disappointing? Are you happy? Is it practical? So let us share your insights.
First, thank you for inviting me for this specific topic. But I think I was happy, yes, to say so. And I think we also are on a learning curve in terms of how to measure the social capability of a house. So it is not, as Isabella said, something we can quantify. It's about the quality. It's all about people. And for an architect, I would say it is a crucial element in any design that we have to provide well-being. The best building is the building which is used by many people. And that's why I like this new initiative a lot. And when we visit the first house or the first building which asked for this award, I was positively surprised. It is a factory, it's an assembly area for MRIs, magnetic resonance imaging tubes, so high profile technologies. And usually what you expect is a complete closed up facility. So I was surprised. They offered areas to work and to get in contact with the community. So they opened up facilities in the ground level to invite people from the community. So they had a lot of stuff where it was obvious to me that sharing and social cohesion was part of the design process, and also the process they developed these facilities were quite impressive, and they had facilities to share various user groups and allow them to go into good interaction. And what you feel going through this facility was that it literally happened. So it was not wishful thinking. So it was filled with people. And that is probably the best proof. You quite often, you look in a plan and you see a label that this is a social hub, but then you're going there and you realize that it doesn't work and it is not inviting enough, and it is not well embedded in the process of the facility at all. And that was not the case. So I liked what I see, and I like very much this initiative because it focuses us on the crucial element of quality of architecture and the impact of architecture to people. And we look at the people and not at the buildings and not at the functions. And I think it's needed.
And how was it for you? I mean, it's like, the commission goes to the sites only when they are not just just ready and right after handing over the key to the client, but it has to be working, it has to be lived, but as a planner, as an architect, having such criteria, from the very end, so usually you're already, 3 projects further on, does it help you to really think of, what does it have to be at the end? And if somebody would come and ask these questions, can you use these criteria and questions that the commission, you as a commissioner at that point, also uses as a design principle, or questions that you can use during your design phases?
Yes, absolutely. Because I think we usually focus on the hard factors of a building. How does it work? How does it provide functions? And these are the soft factors. So how does it communicate within the community, the urban fabric? and what beneficial elements does it provide beyond the limits of functions. And it's all about, I mean, what is the best building? The best building is a building which is appreciated by hundreds, thousands of people, and because they love it, because they like it. And what sounds so simple is not easy to be addressed in architecture. Therefore, I think it's very it's the final element of quality, and therefore it's needed, and it's a useful list of criteria if you address them. So you go the next step to be appreciated, and therefore I think it's quite well. And I think what I also like is we talk more about what finally comes out of our architectural process. So what hits, what does work, how people interact, how many user groups we thought about atmospheres in a building. It's not the classical quantity measurement of light quality and noise quality. Because here, the surprising element, for example, was a platform, an interaction platform for the workers and people of office. And I would usually address, and I ask them, it's a bit loud. Did you check the acoustical qualities? And then they responded, yes, we asked the people, and they said, we like the noise. We like this sound carpet because it makes the place more informal. It's a better invitation for the people to speak to each other. And this element they addressed, I liked a lot, and it worked. And I've seen many people using these facilities in a quite well manner. So I think the criteria are good. I think what we have to learn is you have to go through a building then as a user and not together with the management level, so not with the owner of the houses. So you should go in a very informal manner into the facility, and then you figure out a lot.
Maybe when I listen to you, do you think that it would be possible also to have more flexibility in, you know, we have our standards and rules and on noise and temperature and everything, you know, architects and all the engineers, yeah, I mean, we have this situation that, you know, more freedom is required. Do you think, you know, having coming from the target and having a sort of measurement or at least an assessment could help in moving away from these very strict number-based assessments like sound and temperature and, you know, the comfort criteria?
Yes, this is not an easy answer to give, because I think it's a very individual way how you perceive architecture in a surrounding. So that these people here allowed for different noise and sound carpet doesn't need to be an example that this is good for other facilities. I think it was there a very good answer on how we can allow and invite people to use a space. And it was more about the aspect of how informal can you develop this kind of areas to have a very low key and very easy accessible situation for all people. And therefore, that was one of the aspects they addressed. And that can be completely different in other areas. Therefore, to give you an answer on your question, flexibility in thinking and allowing for developing individual solutions, that is certainly a very good way how to foster and enhance social qualities in a building. Maybe and you have to talk to the people. I think maybe that is one of the crucial elements. I mean, we are planners, and the client does have, everybody have a target and a certain mindset. And I think the better outcome was here, and that is the learning curve. You have to invite the users to be part of the development and the process of designing an area.
Maybe at the end we have to talk a little bit about also the money. So is there money for social issues, social quality available at this time? You know, when we have to cope with the climate crisis, we have to cope with resource scarcity. Do you think, maybe Martin and Isabella, is there an idea of money available to invest into such criteria and then targets? Maybe Isabella from Switzerland.
Yes, it's a really good question. Yeah, I think it is, yes, there is money, because this social quality is a key factor for the attractiveness of the built environment and the building, and also of the user satisfaction, and it gives also a long-term value for the built environment and the building, and yeah, it's something which which can measure it with like an award. I think we need really to look in this daily life of how the users use the building and how they feel good or not. And I think this is exactly where the award comes in. It makes this often invisible dimension visible. And I would really recommend taking a deeper look at the DGNB Social Impact Award, because it shows how strongly social quality influences the real impact and the acceptance of a building and the built environment.
And Martin, maybe your perspective, is this also helping in the sufficiency discussion that, you know, we you know, for to cope with the climate crisis and the money and so on, everybody says, you know, more sufficient, less comfort, less everything. But if we introduce these social qualities, measurable sort of, would this help to, you know, bring the positions together again?
Absolutely. I mean, what Isabella said is so true. I think it is, how can we provide long-term qualities? And as I said at the beginning, I think we have to be aware that the impact of a structure, function, a house, or whatever is then best within a community if it is used as much as possible from as many people as possible, as long as possible. So then it was worth to build a house. So we address then the highest level of qualities, and therefore I think it's a crucial element of sustainability at all. Was it worth to build that house, and does people liked it, and does it provide extra value to others and not only for the people who use the house as a facility?
Very good. So with the new award that we have sort of now just introduced, Felix, I think all these questions that you just posed, Martin, can be answered. You can get a yes or no on the questions, and you can get the award or not. And I thank you very, very much for your time, and Martin, especially for you to be part of the commission, and Isabella to support us in developing it.